As the days get cooler, it seems as though everything turns inward a little bit, including my thoughts. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about the ups and downs of my creative journey. I don't believe my experience as an artistic and creative person is unique, whether that be my experience from dance, or from YouTube, or from other activities. But one thing is for sure, disappointment can be a frequent companion for artists. It comes with the territory, and I know I'm not alone. Then again, the odds are, if you're alive, you have experienced disappointment, at least sometimes. First, let me say that I'm lucky to be naturally optimistic, and my optimism works as a buffer against disappointment. I can always spin a story to find the silver lining. And this is especially fortunate because adult ballet comes with its fair share of disappointment. For example, I think it's inevitable to sometimes feel let down by the slow rate of progress in learning ballet. I have experienced injuries in the past, and I know how it feels to be forced to slow down your training or have your range of movement limited. But then, there are other little disappointments, such as the snobbery of other dancers or teachers, various encounters with bias and elitism, being rejected or misunderstood, and a feeling of being quite alone in your ballet journey at times. I admit that the stakes would be much higher if I were a professional, and I imagine that this sets the stage for a more profound disappointment. There's a strange dilemma in making these videos. Many times I follow my inspiration, which is all very satisfying, until I post a video to receive no response. It becomes painfully clear that either the algorithm or the audience did not share my taste. In the silence, I dedicate myself anew to making videos with a clear value to someone else, whether I feel like it or not. This conviction may last a few weeks until it emerges my best idea, a feeling begging for expression, maybe an epiphany. And so I swing back and forth like a pendulum between restrained strategy and outright play. But no matter the level, whether it be in dance or YouTube, there are difficult moments, often faced in isolation. Like right now, I feel as though I might burst if I don't express myself freely. Hence this video, which I've already accepted in advance, very few people most likely will see or watch. The strangest part of this conundrum is that I find my greatest relief from disappointment in my artistic expression. For me, one of the easiest ways of dealing with tough times is to make something. Written words, a poem, a tune, dance movement. Somehow, by giving form to my feelings, I separate them from myself and remove them. This expression almost always leaves me feeling lighter. So maybe this video is an exercise in exercising myself of disappointment. I suspect that some people don't only create because they want to, but out of sheer necessity, in obedience to a sort of primal instinct deep within. It sometimes seems that my artistic work can both be a source of torment and of healing. Overall, though, I feel the satisfaction of creating art is greater than the discomfort. I love the promise of a blank page or a new danceable song, the thrill of an idea, the feeling of being lost in editing, the challenge of solving a choreography puzzle, that delightful feeling when a piece gels when it comes together, and the excitement of sharing. But yes, disappointment does happen, and it's real. One has to find a way to cope. Sometimes it is possible to reason your way out of disappointment, but one must take care not to get stuck, endlessly replaying scenarios, analyzing what went wrong. I've been there. One way to escape this rumination loop is through work. Whether this is healthy or not is debatable, but I have no doubt it is effective. I have learned to throw myself into my work, so there's no time to think. On the other hand, I can't understate how much comfort I get from prayer as a person of faith. But sometimes you just need to talk to a person. So I chat with my closest friends and family. If that is not possible, it can be helpful to immerse yourself in the world of a novel. In every situation, the best thing is to go for a long walk or bike ride with no clear destination. Walking helps me to process my thoughts, and reading allows me to escape them for a while. These methods are tried and true, and I highly recommend all of them to anyone. But when I think about it, when I really think about it, I see that one of the main ways I deal with disappointment is through my creativity. At the worst times, a blank page is my best friend. I scribble my thoughts until I'm empty. Sometimes a piece of music in my living room works. I let myself move to the music as wildly as needed. All of my aggression is spent in dance until there is no more. At times, I found solace in quietly using my hands and focusing intensely on a craft project. Sometimes I cook. But when I want to pour out my soul, I sing. And then, when I'm good and ready, I turn from the source of my disappointment and never look back. Can you believe that it's already October? I can hardly believe it myself. The year has gone by so fast, and it's not done yet. But we're getting there, And I'm finding that as the year winds down, I'm reflecting more on my goals and how things are going. And I realize that there are many goals I set for 2025 that realistically I will not be able to accomplish as I would have liked to. So with you, it may be dance, it may be your dance practice, it may be another project that you work on, your work, or maybe just life in general. But you may be going through a season in life right now where things are not working in the way that you'd like them to, and you're feeling a little bit let down. And I just want to remind you that everyone goes through these periods, and there are many of us right now who are struggling in one way or another, to a greater degree or a lesser degree. And it may not look that way. It may look as though everybody is out here living their best life. Everybody is prospering and thriving and growing. But, even though it may be this way in many cases, looks can be deceiving, right? And we all have our private struggles. So I just want to remind you that you're not the only one who experiences this. And I know that we all have our own ways of coping with life, but I just wanted to share some of the ways that work for me in case they may be helpful for you too. And you can give any of these a try. And if you're an artist, maybe a dancer like me, and you're going through a phase right now where you're working really hard, but you're not seeing the reward for your hard work, or maybe you don't have the time to really put in the hard work that's going to lead to the reward. Yeah, I mean, I know what that feels like. And I just want to tell you that even though we all have ambitions, right? And we have goals, underneath all of that ambition, there's more to it. There's more to it. There is a deeper motivation. And for many of us, that comes down to the chance to express our thoughts, our emotions, and who we are. So at any time, you can always go back to your art, take a step back, look at it with fresh eyes, and remember that it is a chance for you to authentically be who you are and express how you feel. And you can pour your frustration, sadness, disappointment into whatever it is that you make. Yeah. It's something that I would like to do more of. I would like to come to my storytelling and dance in a way that is authentic and a way that is truly representative of how I feel and who I am. And I hope that you'll feel inspired to do the same. So that's all I wanted to share this time. It's been so nice being here chatting with you, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching. You take good care. Bye-bye.